Hello guys, and welcome to Protoss Bronze 1, working our way into Silver 3. Currently, we're working on just making that economy, making those mineral builds, making them stalkers and immortals and all that jazz, all that good stuff. We're going to continue to do that, and we're going to talk more about what means what. If chat ever asks me questions during this, and I, feel like it seems like a good question to answer, I'll definitely try to answer as many questions as possible during the series as well. But thank you very much for watching, and let's get started.
Ahem. This a middle-aged British Murloc. Let's go Twitch.
Raugu, thank you very much, man. Appreciate the Murgle Gurgle 500 biddies. Yeah. Hell yeah. This is turning into a YouTube series. Easiest subscribe of 2020 for me. Pleased to meet. Yo, civilian email. Yep, it's going to be a YouTube series.
Wallet go
Yep, it's going to be a YouTube series, and it's going to be posted daily. The next day, every every day I post the next day because I have to edit and then upload before I go to bed after I make the videos on YouTube. On Twitch.
Was supposed to be the 100, but oops. Oh well.
Makabe,
GLH chef.
no worries, dude. Makabe, thank you so much for the support, man. Raugu and
You're
80
the
workers.
man vibe. Thanks for these vids.
Raugu and 80 workers, thank you guys also so much for the bits. And the Puzz, thank you for the $3 dono as well, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, guys, so we're just, what's the concepts again in bronze? What are our habits we're trying to develop, and what's the priority? Mineral focus build over a gas focus build, because why? Because we're making expansions with things that cost minerals. Probes, nexus, and pylons. Supply to grow, money to grow all of our build. So definitely focusing on mineral focus. And habits that we're doing as well is we're going for 5, 4, 5, 4, 5.
Thank you Vibe for these amazing videos, much appreciated.
No worries to Puzz. Thank you very much as well, dude, for the support. I appreciate that a lot, man. I'm glad you guys like the video so much. It does make me super happy that you guys enjoy them so much. Because I could make this series and everyone could be like, this series sucks. And I just, alright, never mind, sorry. Sorry for annoying you. No, I'm glad you guys like it. That's awesome. Thank you for the support, dude. Okay, so again, 4, 5, 4, 5. All we're doing is we're looking at our production. 4, 5, 4, 5. We're trying that supply block. Every time we get within like 10 supply, 15 supply, let's throw down another pylon. So we don't block. Oh, we made a gateway. Whoops, let's make a core. Totally fine. Guess what? Not a big deal, guys. Not a big deal. I mean, ideally you want to make the core, not a second gateway. But yeah, I mean, if you mess it up, it's not the end of the world, because all we got to do now, what makes sense to do now, okay? If this happens to you, if you're like, oh, whoops, I made a second gateway, what would you do in the situation?
Boom. Choo choo, chugga, chugga.
Thank you very much, Ragu, for those train bits. Hell yeah, dude. All you would do is you would keep producing out of your buildings and go, do I have enough money to make more production because I can't spend it? And if the answer is yes, add a little bit more production. And since we already have the gateway, that is more production, so it's fine. I would say with what we have, we're not cranking up like 800 minerals or 1200 minerals or 1800 minerals. So it looks like we're able to spend our money. It's under like 500 usually. So it looks like we're doing pretty good. And yeah. But if your money were to be going up, you could definitely add a little bit more. Just try your best. Again, what's the main habit you need to go for? We've been talking about again. Definitely try your best to make sure you constantly produce out of your buildings. Don't let your buildings be idle. Like, for instance, how the Nexus is right now. Try not to let this kind of shit happen where it just sits there doing nothing. Nothing. And then your money grows, and then it's doing nothing. Nothing. And then your money keeps growing, and it does nothing. Try not to do that. If you just keep on top of going 5, make workers, 4, make stalkers, make an immortal, suddenly your money goes down super fast, and you're able to actually spend it. So really just get in the habit of macroing constantly. And now, since we're fully saturated, we're going to expand again. We're going to expand again, boys, because we're fully saturated. Okay, we grab the Nexus, hit Shift 5. We can build a couple gases. Build a couple more pylons in my main base. Keep building my units. And let's get our gases saturated. Okay, and now let's transfer one probe to my third base because we're over fully saturated on the natural. So again, we're just looking to maintain good saturation, right? Make a worker. Or I mean, sorry, we're making workers and we're making stalkers and we're making immortals. Thank you for the bits, Raugu. Excuse me. Made probes. And yep, we're making stalkers. Again, we're just 4-5, 4-5, 4-5. That's all we're doing. Checking our production. Trying to make sure that's bad. Every time you're not building, bad, 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 bad. Always try to keep it going. So again, the process of how we should be playing this game is not going like, okay, I'm gonna spend 10 seconds going like this. Like just looking at your units. 10 seconds of this.
Very well.
Maybe like 5 seconds of this. Building a gateway randomly. Building a pylon. And then going back and mining my minerals. And then moving my units again. Moving my units again. Like we should not be doing this at all. This is not the priority. What we should be doing about the priority is...
Vibu voice, keep making probes, guys. Vibu heart.
Exactly, that's what we should be doing. Thank you very much, Sunny D's, for the 9 months. What we should be doing is we should be looking down here in the bottom of the screen often and going, oh, Nexus need to be building probes. And also, the gateways need to be used. The robo needs to be used. That's super important. This mineral line needs to be fixed because now we've done... This is done. We have a little bit to spare here, but we're going to check it about every like 10 seconds. Now we can take a moment and go, okay, none of the probes are stacked up again. Let's fix our probes here. Maybe let's add in some more gateways because we're having a lot of money because we're definitely fucking up a little bit. We can hold shift, mine the mineral patch. This base is full, so we can take another base.
Probes,
check my 4.
and B2GM
there you go.
hype.
Make another immortal. Check 5. Make probes. And now we're good to go again for a little while. Take our gases here. We can transfer probes to this base now, or rather re-rally probes to this base. Grab the Nexus, put in our control group for 5, so we can make probes out of it as well. Make our pylons here. Just make a couple pylons wherever you want, it doesn't matter, because we don't want a supply block. And then we can grab all these gateways we made in the main, add them into control 4. So control click them, hit shift 4, puts it to 7 now. Go back to making units again. Make more workers, make more units. Let's make a couple more pylons again. Hold shift, we're making pylons. Let go of shift, hold shift again, so we can mine the mineral patch. The reason why we let go of shift and hold shift again is because let's just say I want to build pylons and I want to mine mineral patches. I go like this. Okay, build pylon. I'm holding shift right now. Pylon, pylon. Now let's mine the mineral patch. I mean, I guess you can right click it twice and that also works. But if you right click when you have something selected in your mouse, if you right click it off, it will disappear. Or if you just let go of shift, and you're holding shift, and after you've built something, it will disappear. So either way, it kind of works. But yeah, the whole concept is just mine your resources after you build buildings. So because the last thing you want to do is do this. I want to build 2 pylons and go like that. Don't do this shit right here. Try your best not to do stuff like this, where you're just like, cool. I'll just leave them there for the next 10 minutes, idle, AFK, doing nothing, because they're essentially like they're doing nothing. It's like not even having a probe then. Okay, let's go ahead and get our upgrades to fix our economy. Send 4 probes away. Up here, we can take another base because this is fully saturated. And then we can build a bunch more gates because, again, while checking 4 or 5, but what's 5 at? We need more probes. We need to make 5 more, or we're at 80, so we need 5 more on top of that. And then we can make a bunch of stalkers out of our gateways again. Okay, we can make more gateways now because, again, we have a lot of money. And we're just waiting for the units to finish. We can even make like another robo.
I return to serve.
Yo, Skippy Joe, thank you, man.
Stop messing around and make probes. Damn it. Thanks.
That's what you need to do, seriously. That's so much more important than, you know, than doing things that don't make it, you know, just walking your units around. Saturate our gases. Raugu, thanks for the bits. Sunny D's, thank you for the 9-month resub. Skippy Joe, thank you for the dono, dude. Much love, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and make stalkers. Let's fix those probes we intentionally messed up on the pylons here. Send them to our base. And we're getting attacked by some stuff, so let's go ahead and select an army. Attack towards it on the mini-map. Totally fine. We can grab our other gates in the main that we made and our robo and add them into our control group. And we can even make some more because we're only at 17 right now and we're maxed out basically. So let's increase our production. And now we can go, okay, let's make a few more gateways. Okay, let's do it slower. Gateway, gateway, gateway. Doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to do that in a straight line like this. You don't have to do that. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can be like literally like this. You could be this guy. Like, just build faster. For now. Later on, when you get more efficient at building fast, you can start being not only fast, but also accurate. But for now, just try to do it fast and be fucking sloppy. Like, just imagine if someone told you to like paint a canvas right now, instead of like getting a brush and being like super accurate about how you're going to paint certain things, just get the bucket and throw the bucket at the canvas and be like, done. Make it sloppy. I don't care. It doesn't like time is really more important than organization in terms of the way you build buildings. Don't take 30 seconds to do something that would only take you 5 seconds because you're trying to make it look super pretty. Just do it. Okay, so let's grab all the gates we just made and add them into our control group. And now we actually have 29. Okay, it's a bit excessive. I kind of want you to stop around 20 to 24. So now we have 29. That's a lot. It's okay, though. Going a little over is not the end of the world. Okay, so now let's keep upgrading off of my robo, or my forge. Fix my economy. Economy's good. Fix my economy. Economy's good. Send them here. It's fine. And now we know there's nothing on the top of the map because we just scouted it and nothing was there. And we now know the closest space you might have might be this space right here because we scouted every other base on the map already. Aragu, thank you for the 1,000 bits. So there is no third base for this guy. So now we can take our army, select it all, A move the natural, shift, A move the main base. Done. Go back to controlling my base itself. We can rally point our immortals to like right there, like in front of my base, and then we can just warp in stalker. This can be like our stalker warp in base. So what we can do is while the fight's happening, we can select the stalker, hold shift, and start clicking around the screen. You can be kind of sloppy with it too. Just be like stalker, 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 stalker. Awesome. And now we just used all of our gateways. So now that 8 gateways are on cooldown, check our economy again. Economy star upgrade. Economy is good. 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 And now we're ready to make another round of units. And if we're maxed out again, we can just go attack him again. A move, shift A move. And then we're good to go. And again, if we look at this game, realistically, just kind of go back to the middle of it again, we're just going to see, we should see what an efficient versus usually a non-efficient build looks like. Most people below diamond always have very non-efficient builds. Not everybody does, because StarCraft's a wild game. You get all kinds of players below diamond. Sometimes you get a guy who's literally like 6,000 MMR who's like, you know what, I feel like playing games at 2,000 MMR. like vibe over here. But let's be real. Okay, this is for a guide. I'm not being a dick. So now, now, we're just looking at a build that it just, you have a guy, like, check this out, okay? We got double gas. We have double gas and a fully saturated mineral line, and we have fully saturated gas and now an undersaturated mineral line, but it's only 2 bases. But now let's look at production. We got 2 racks, 2 factories, and a starport, and double engineering base. Like, this is just not enough production to spend the money, which is the whole concept of what we've been talking about, which is, number 1, can you maintain production out of everything you have? If the answer is yes, and your money is still too high, it means you need to build more production. But let's just say this now. Can you maintain production out of every building you have? If the answer is no, and you have too much money, it means you need to get better at maintaining production. Like, for instance, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. And I'm really glad I looked at this guy's build for a second. TVT, again, I'm sorry. I hate throwing people under the bus here, but this is a good example of what I don't want you to do. Do not put all of your buildings on different control groups. This dude has 4 control groups for 6 buildings. He has only one of his 2 command centers in a command center hotkey. So one of these command centers isn't even selected. He has 2 barracks in group 2. He has 2 factories in group 3, and he has a starport in group 4. Now, I don't like this. And the reason why is because you know how I was saying 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. What does 4, 5 do for us? 4 checks all of my production. 5 checks all of my nexus. It's super time efficient and easy to build our shit that way. So if I hit 4, it not only shows me if my production is flowing properly out of my gateways, it also shows me, am I currently building something out of my robos? Because this is what it looks like. My robo currently has no little check mark in it, where no little white box where it's showing something is being built in it. So if I hit 4 and all these gateways are lit up and the robo is also completely empty of building here, it means I need to build something. So now if I hit play, you'll see a white dot eventually go into it as I build another immortal at some point. And then it shows, so I can literally hit 4 and go, ah, sick. I'm making an immortal. Hell yeah. Immortals are being made, guys. And here we go. Right there. See how it now, right there. Look at that. I can now tell by literally hitting 4, I'm making immortals. I can also tell, I can also tell as well if I'm making gateway units. Because if I'm on me, I can see which gateways are literally, faded out. It means they've built a gateway unit. Whereas for my opponent, he literally has to hit Group 2 to see this only. Group 3 sees that only. Group 4 sees that only. So it's just not efficient for like your time. This is something high level players might do. If you're like the kind of player that's like, okay, I want my style of my flair of how I like the macro is I like to have 4 be factory, or 4 be a starport, 3 be factory, 2 be barracks. I like to have different control groups for all my different tech buildings because I don't like hitting tab. You could do that too later on when you actually know how to macro properly. But if you don't know how to macro properly, you're much better off putting everything in one group and just hitting tab to rotate your buildings. Literally. Like tab rotates your buildings right here. Tab goes to robo. Tab goes back to gateway. Tab goes to robo. Tab goes back to gateway. Tab goes to robo. Tab goes back to gateway. If you have all this confusing aspects of your build and you're not already really good at keeping on top of it, you get a situation like someone who is at 70 supply versus someone who's at 184. Again, for no reason right now. Nothing's really died this game. So it just comes down to make your life easier by giving yourself more tools to keep on top of everything at a more quick pace. Also, what's up, Chibi? How you doing? Currently doing another. I have stream delay on right now, so people are going to be getting responded to really late. Sorry, I just avoid getting stream sniped. But I'm making a B2GM series. Currently doing some Protoss Bronze 3. And yeah, dude. And that's it. That's really it. It just the supply tells everything. No micro required here for Protoss. No micro. If I was Terran and it was the same thing, if the Protoss was the one at 60 supply and I had Terran at 200 supply, no micro required there either. Like it's just comes down to efficiency, and the game doesn't get difficult until.
B2GM hype.
Yo, thank you IRW for the 4-3 sub. Thank you, man. The game doesn't get difficult until everybody can play efficiently. So, for instance, walking Stalkers in front of Immortals and then having them concave and getting killed by a bunch of tanks versus also Marauder Medevac, that's a terrible fight for Protoss. But we still win because it's like 3 times the supply value. And look what happens. Look at the supply death right now. We're losing so much supply again, but we have so much more income, so it doesn't matter. And we're also remaxing our entire army, so we're not even like losing units. Units are dying, but they're instantly rebuilt. Like I already have this army that exists. Why does this army already exist? Because I macroed during the fight. Because again, a lot of times too, a lot of players like to base who's ahead or who's behind off of resources lost. And I want you guys to know something really fast. Resources lost applies only one time to the entire game. It's what has accumulated up to that point. So right now, if we look at resources lost, Protoss, which is us, we're actually behind by about 2,000 resources, which it sounds bad in theory, right? But now if we look at income, we're actually mining 2,000 more minerals every minute and about 700 more gas every minute. So we're mining 2,700 together more resources per minute. So if I lose overall in the game for 13 minutes and 49 seconds, if I'm down by 2,000 resources, but if we added up every single time this happened where I was like, okay, another minute has passed. Vibe's ahead by 2,000 resources. Another minute's passed. Now he's ahead by 2,300 resources. Another minute's passed. Now he's ahead by 2,500 resources. Another minute's passed. Now he's ahead by 2,700 minerals. Add all those numbers up. 22,000 plus 23 plus 25 plus 27. As my probe count grows, suddenly I'm ahead by like, in the range of like, let's just say hypothetically by 13 minutes, I'm ahead by like 14,742 resources. And then you go back to this now because that's how much more I mined than my opponent. And then you come back to here and you're like, okay, well, let's subtract 2,000 off of that because he's been more efficient with fights. Okay, so instead of being 14,000 ahead, I'm only 12,000 ahead. But I'm still 12,000 ahead. And why am I 12,000 ahead? Because our build is efficient. Because our build mines minerals, not gas. And it doesn't stop either until we have 85 workers. We keep expanding. Every time we get a fully saturated mineral line, expand. Fully saturated mineral line, expand. Fully saturated mineral line, expand. Fully saturated mineral line, expand, expand, expand. Because patches also in this game mine out, and we have no red, no red, no red, no red, no red. Our opponent's on 2 base, red, red. Inefficiency. What that means is even though this guy says he has 14 SCVs mining his main base, realistically only 6 of those are actually efficient. The other 8 are like, excuse me, I'd like to mine minerals, please, at some point today. Excuse me, can I mine? No? Okay, I'll wait my turn then. So they don't get, like, they get very little efficiency. It's not 0. There is always, every patch could actually have a 3rd worker on it, which is, like, a little efficient, but it's still not great. But in general, efficiency is everything with your income. That's why we do what we're doing. These are the habits I'm trying to get you guys to develop. Super important. I fell asleep between Terran and Protoss. Is Protoss Max any different from B2GM 2019? For now, no. It's the same thing. It's the same overall concept. Like the only thing that's different about B2GM 2021 versus 2019 is bio is going to, or Terran is going bio this time instead of mech because I had a lot of people request bio, and I understand why that made sense for people. It's because mech going into bio at Diamond League was really confusing for people, and I think bio should be what people learn in Diamond. So I was like, screw it. Okay, it's a little bit harder to learn bio at bronze to platinum, but it feels like it makes more sense to go bio all the way through rather than to go mech and then just somehow switch gears into bio. Because people are like, I don't know what to do. I didn't make Marines. I'm so confused. But for Protoss and Zerg, all the way from bronze to plat, it's pretty similar. Because Zerg and Protoss are very similar in the fact that roaches and hydras and stalkers and immortals are very, 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 very immovable, and they just work. Like, we'll add to our composition a little bit as we grow as a player, but for now, in bronze, stalker, immortal, we're good. We're not going to go any further than that. We're just going to keep it simple. Because composition isn't how you're going to win games right now. It's about understanding what the hell an economy means and how to set it up. That's why you'll win if you set that up. So again, guys, mineral focus, right? Mineral focus. It's always the priority. 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. Try to keep producing. Let's now expand because our main mineral line is really good, and we're getting money that we can't spend now because we're still making probes. So let's make our nexus. Let's go back to mine gas. Because why are we mining gas now? Because we're fully saturated on the main base. Okay, we can make our core this time. Pretend like I dropped my mouse for a second, and now we make the core. Okay, now we can make our second gas. We can make a pylon. Why are we making a pylon? Because we're going to supply block soon. Now let's grab our probes, rally them to the gas, rally the nexus to this gas for one more probe. And now we're fully saturated on everything in the main base. So let's grab both nexus, make a control group out of them. So we have 2 nexus on this, rally to the natural, and we're good. So now 4, 5, 4, 5. We want to make stalkers, and we want to make probes. Let's get Warp Gate as well, because it's a really nice upgrade. Again, what Warp Gate does, if you guys didn't hear what I said this before, Warp Gate is an upgrade that it takes 100 seconds to finish, so it doesn't finish right away. But when it finishes, it allows your stalkers to, when you build them, they like spawn immediately rather than spawning at the end of the build. And then secondly, it changes the build time of a stalker from 30 seconds to 23 seconds. So the cooldown of a stalker is 23 seconds on a warp gate. So you can make stalkers every 23 seconds instead of every 30. But on a normal gateway, it's building a stalker once every 30 seconds. So warp gate is so good for that reason. Now let's go ahead and build a robo. Let's build a gateway so we can start making immortals and more stalkers. Because again, our money's going up way too fast. We can't spend it. Robo is really nice too. Because immortals are nice here. Again, that's what we're making. Immortals and stalkers. So probes, stalkers, and immortals. And also we haven't chrono boosted once this entire game. So how about we throw one at our bases? Let's go ahead and throw a chrono boost at our nexus, at our other nexus, and we can make another pylon. Hold shift, right click the mineral patch, so we can make the pylon and come back to mining right away and not sit there after the pylon got made. Because again, we want to make sure our workers are efficient. We don't want to be the guy that looks like this. You scout his base and that's what he's doing. He's like, I'm chilling. I'm just chilling. This is not what you want. You want to make sure you're mining your resources. Because if you're not mining your resources, you're falling behind more and more and more. Okay, so we hit tab, we make our immortal. So now group 4 is showing me I'm making immortals and stalkers constantly. Feels good. Now the natural is getting close to full saturation. So here pretty soon, I'm going to be grabbing a probe to go take my third base. Has he lost a game in the series? Yeah, I've already lost like 5 games. Or like 4 games in total. I've gotten sniped a couple times, which is why I'm running stream delay now. And people who don't know what snipe means, it means someone who is also really high level is playing against me, and but they don't play like, oh, I'll play like a bronze player as well. They play like, oh, I'll play like a masters player against you in bronze league because I think it'd be funny to kill you. And again, what am I doing with this guide? I'm not playing like, this is not how I play GM. I'm playing basically a way that I think you can handle in bronze if you play efficient. So if you copy what I'm doing here, this will help you grow as a player because I think this is very doable for bronze league. I think it's super doable for you to play like this in bronze. It's just, I want you to understand the concepts I'm trying to explain. Okay, so we're going to make a couple pylons. Pylon, pylon, Pylon. Pylon. I can make 4 pylons there. I can make 5 pylons there. I can make 3 pylons there. Just make a few pylons. Don't make 20 of them. Or don't make only 1. Because we want to keep growing our supply to be able to keep maintaining, you know, building units. So we built 5 pylons. 5 is definitely on the upper end. It's totally fine. Okay, let's go ahead and saturate our gases at this base. Put a couple guys on that gas, and 1 more guy on this gas. And there we go. We're fully saturated on this base entirely. So now let's go group 5, add this in, rally it to this base. Make more probes. Make an immortal. Make more stalkers. And now, look at my money. I'm making stalkers. I'm making everything out of group 4. 4 and 5 are fully pumping. So now let's increase our production. Let's add like 2 more gateways to it. Because I have a little bit of excess money, I can't spend it. So let's try and increase our production a little bit. Logically, that's why we do it again. We'll talk about more specific build orders as we grow as a player. But again, right now, conceptually, just understand that. Just understand, always priority number 1 for production. Build what you have already. And then if you can't spend all your money, then add to it. Don't be the guy that just never builds and goes, well, I got like 2,000 resources, so I might want to make like 15 gateways now. Don't do it like that. That's backwards. Don't do it that way. Okay, so let's expand again because we're getting really close to full saturation on this base. We're making probes 3 at a time now. So bases are getting made faster and faster because probe count's going up at a quicker pace because now we're not making probes out of 1 nexus. We're making it out of multiple nexus, so that's why it's growing so quickly. Okay, let's go ahead and make more stalkers. Make another immortal. And now I can't spend my money again. How about we add on like 2 more gateways? Let's also add on our upgrades now. Let's add on a forge and a council so I can upgrade to level 3. Again, if you build a forge, you can upgrade to level 1 on a forge by itself. But if you don't have a council, you cannot go beyond level 1. You're stuck on level 1 forever. So a council is required to go to level 2 and level 3 for ground upgrades. Okay, let's fix our probe count in the main base. Let's saturate the new base we just made. Probe count currently is at 61. We're not even close to being done yet. Take our gases. Make some stalkers. We can add those new gateways we made as well into group 4 for production. Keep making probes. We can make like another pylon. Start our weapon upgrade as well for our forge. Make a couple pylons. I don't care where you build them. You could build them right here for all I care. Build them there. Doesn't really matter. Just build them. Make probes. We're almost done. We're at 68. We're getting close to 69. And even better than that, we're getting close to 85. Make stalker. Make an immortal. Okay. Fix my main base. It's not properly saturated anymore, so we need to fix that. Send them up here. Re-rally all my nexus to this top base. And this is fully saturated. This base is getting closer and closer and closer as well, once again, to full saturation. And we still need to make 13 probes. 13 plus 8 is way over 16. So let's build another base. Because this base is going to cap out quickly, and we want to expand every time we cap out. Okay, so here we go. Make immortal, make stalker. And we're doing a relatively decent job of spending our money right now, so we can just kind of keep the production we have. We're trying to spend as well as we can here, and our money's not at like 4,000 minerals right now or 3,000 minerals, so it's going down at a quicker pace. Like every time we have we build now, we're doing it at 1,600, and suddenly make an immortal as well and make a couple probes, and now we're at 800 again. So we're doing a decent job of spending it. It is still going up faster than we can spend a little bit, but. And if that's the case, you know what? How about we do this? Let's add 1 more gateway. Just for now. Do it. Fuck it. If you understand that concept, I'm totally okay with you adding 1 more gateway at this point. Okay, and then now let's take 1 stalker. And let's go A-move the top side of the map. Because again, what are we doing now is we're looking for where his bases are. Take 1 stalker on the bottom side of the map. Shift A-move every base in the map to find out where the bases are. And probe count is at 85. so we're good to go there. Let's build a couple gases here. Let's take one probe off because we're one probe too many. Because 22 minus 6 is 16. So it's going to be perfect saturation if we just leave this at 22. Put the other probes up here. And we can once again take another new base. Okay. Then we can start another upgrade because this one finished. We can start chrono boosting it. And now we have 7 gates and a robo. This is only 8 production facilities. And we just discovered where our opponent's base is. There's no third. We scouted every base on the map. So select all army. Attack is natural. Shift attack is main. Behind this, let's make a ton of gateways. So gateway, hold shift. Gateway, 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 gateway. Shift, let go of shift. Hold it again. Right click the mineral line. Come over here. Gateway, 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 gateway. Probably don't build it in your mineral line. Just leave it like that. And then go back to the mineral line. Let's go over here. Gateway, 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 gate, 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 gate. And let's add like a robo. Hold shift, go back to the middle line. Let's grab 6 probes. This is 7, now that's 6. Right click one gas, shift 1, 2, 3, right click the other gas. And now go back and do everything you just did. Grab all your gateways here, control click, hold shift and control now, and click your gateways in the middle. Click the robo, click the gateways here, click the gateways here, shift 4. We just went to 27, so we went again a little over, totally fine. Now, let's start making units off of group 4. And if you need to, feel free to build another pylon for somewhere you can build where it feels like you're not being so cluttered. Where it's like, yeah, okay, this is getting tough to build here. Now we can build suddenly a lot more space here. It's more open. Totally fine. And just so you know, players that don't know, I'll explain a concept really quick. So green pylon fields and blue pylon fields, I talked about this a little bit before, but I'll talk about it again. But I'll give you a little bit more depth on it right now. Green pylon fields and blue pylon fields, basically what that represents is it's a fast or a slow warp in. So a blue pylon field is a slow warp in. A green pylon field is a fast warp in. Okay? So I'll do it like right here and here. This is a blue, this is a green. You can see the difference in how fast they warp in. The green one is super fast compared to the blue one. It's 4 seconds to 11 seconds. It's much faster. It's still going. It's still going. And finally it's done. So blue pylon fields are way slower. So if you're in the middle of a fight, definitely try to avoid warping in blue fields. Try to warp in green fields. But here's a concept as well that's important to know. Look at my gateways really fast in the control group here. Warp in, warp in. Notice how I just made 2 gateways go down. Regardless of if one of the stalkers warps in fast or if one of the stalkers warps in slow, it does not change the cooldown of making another stalker. So if you're just worried about only macro and that's it, it's totally fine because you're not going to be like, well, oh shit, I made a slow warp in stalker, so does that mean my warp gate cools down slowly now? No, it's the same thing. So the cooldown is always the same. It does not matter. It's just really, it just matters with how fast you can, make the stalker come alive and active. But again, the concept is mainly just warping stalkers. So let's go back now. We'll fast forward it and we'll look at, once again, look at supply. Efficiency of build. Nothing has happened. Efficiency of build. One of us is 100 supply over the other. Why is that? Because one of us is doing an efficient build and one of us is not. Like, here's a good example. This is a good example. People always also, in low leagues, they love to build static D because you don't know what your opponent's doing. It's like, oh my god, the sky is falling. My opponent could be going mass carriers for all I know. I don't know. I fought a guy who went carriers before. I know it's a thing that exists inside StarCraft 2. What if it kills me? Well, guess what? If you make static D like this, when you don't actually need it, your build once again falls into the inefficient category. And if you really think about it, I would rather have a maxed out supply of units that could fight something that tries to kill me as opposed to making static defense. We're going to talk about adding in static defense into our builds once we get to Gold League. But for now, like as a standard, but for now, this doesn't make any, just doing it blindly every game, all it does is it slows you down. So even though this guy has turrets that could potentially help defend air units, you think about it like that, right? You're like, turrets kill air, right? Turrets can shoot air. That's good. It means if he goes air, I'll shoot it. What if I don't go air? Well, they don't do anything then, and you just die to ground units. Or what if I did go air, and you have 66 supply with 4 turrets, and I have 200 supply of air that runs over your 4 turrets and doesn't even lose 1 air unit because I have 200 supply versus 4 turrets. 4 turrets versus air is like the equivalent of like 10 supply. Like in terms of what their value is. They're not value. These things are not valued at 50 supply a turret. 1 turret cannot beat 50 supply of Mutalisk or of Void Ray or something like that. It cannot do that. So these turrets are basically going to do nothing. They won't do anything. And you know, they'll just fall over and die. So I would highly recommend, if you panic and freak out, just know the real answer to getting out of situations that are going to make you lose the game is to macro and not to build static D. If you built air, he was ready. He definitely wasn't ready. If I built air, he would die. He would still die. Okay, well, we'll play and watch the fight, just because I know you guys like to watch that. Okay, so we're finally getting to his base, and we're going to attack now, and this is what it looks like. You got a bunch of tanks in the high ground with some bio. And our stalkers are kind of walking into the tanks in a single file line. But one of the tanks already dies. The bio already also dies. And now it's just tanks. And a lot of my stalkers are already dead. I'm definitely taking, once again, look at this. Terrible fight, guys. This is a terrible fight. You're like, dude, this Terran probably is thinking to himself, oh my god, this Protoss is throwing away his army so fucking hard. And why? It would matter. It would matter that I throw away my army this badly if I also had 40 probes to his 40 SCVs at this point in the game. Because then I wouldn't have a lot of money to work with, and I'd be like, oh my god, I just threw away my money so hard, and I'm not really mining more than my opponent. So if he takes a trade that's like 5 times as good as mine, but we're mining the same, then yes, I'm going to lose the game. But if my opponent mines like 1/3 of what I mine for the entire game, and I lose one fight once in the game that's really bad, I still win the game. Because again, the situation is right now the Terran is again about, we'll just say roughly about 3,000 resources ahead in terms of efficiency up to this point. About 3,000 resources ahead. But in terms of total mining throughout the game, I would say the Terran has probably mined a total in 11 minutes of maybe like 10,000 minerals. Because again, he hasn't had this since second 1 either. You have to build up your economy to get to this point. So maybe by like 10 minutes, the Terran has mined 10,000 resources. And by 10 minutes for us, we mined 27,000 resources. Or like 24,000 resources, something like that. Like, we mine so much more, so if I lose a fight where I'm like, oh shit, I lost 3,000 more than he did, but if my total is 24,000 and his total is 27,000, after I lose 5,000 of that, I'm now at 19. If he loses 2,000 out of 10,000, he's now at 8. 19 versus 8, 19 still wins. So economy management is how you, it's what it is. Again, I've said this 5,000 times already for all the 3 leagues of bronze for Protoss, Zerg, and Terran, but it's really all about learning how to build an economy. How do you actually set up your base? You don't set it up by teching to tier 3 on one base and then making your gas and then stopping workers at 30 or 40. That's how you get fucked. That's how you don't have a good supply. So that's not the priority. The priority is giving yourself the tools to actually win the game, which is a lot of stuff. Bronze GM replay analysis after each game. No, it's not a replay analysis after each game. Okay, Rob, chill out, dude. I am doing at least 1 or 2 in every video, though. I'm not gonna do just like no analysis in a video. I'll do at least 1 or 2 in every video I make. I'm just trying to make points. I'm really explaining these things, and I also repeat myself a lot because I say the same. I don't expect you. If you're a Protoss player, I don't expect you to watch my Terran videos to learn points that I only say in Terran. Just like if you're a Terran player, I don't expect you to watch my Protoss videos to learn something that I only talked about in my Protoss video. So I am going to repeat myself a lot because I'm going to... If you're a Zerg player or a Protoss player and you only want to watch your race, I kind of expect people to do that. So yeah, I will repeat myself for things that I say multiple times to make sure that every race gets to hear it.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
Shama Pumpkin, thank you very much for the prime. What up, dude? Thank you. Appreciate you. Much love. And yeah, it's just constant macro. Constant macro, guys. Make the macros. Make it the macros. Make it the macro. Make it the macro. Hi, what's up? Long time no see. How you been? I've been good, dude. How you been? I'm making a YouTube video, Bronze GM series right now, but I hope you're doing well. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Mr. Numbers. Hell yeah. When do we start upgrading armor and weapons? Again, we're not worried too much about that right now. We'll talk more about your proper build and shit as we grow as a player. But again, in bronze, it's not about your upgrades as much. It's really about your, well, I'll say probably silver or gold. Silver or gold. Just to give you an honest answer. I'm trying to give concepts again here. I'm getting really heavy into the concept department. But we could be winning these games with every army with 0-0. Upgrades obviously help, and it's a good habit to develop to learn how to do upgrades. You should be doing them, so I'm not going to just skip it. But in general, upgrades are not the biggest thing for us right now. They're just something we need to be having in addition, but in reality, the big thing for us is learning how to build economy and how to upkeep our base. Like how to not only build it once, but indefinitely build it until the map is literally out of money. Okay, let's go ahead and expand. We're fully saturated. Let's rally our nexus to the gas, because again, we're fully saturated. Keep building probes. And build a nexus. Go back to our gas. Build a probe. We can actually grab this probe right here and build a cyber core with it. So we can go, hey probe, build the cyber core. Cool, build it. Sick. Now we can tell our probe as well to build a gas. And we can rally the nexus to the gas. And we can build a pylon. Hold shift. Click the gas. And then we have our gateway on 4, we have our nexus on 5, and we're going to start making stalkers as soon as the core is done. Also, our main base is fully saturated on everything again right now. So, shift 5 my building nexus into group 5, right click a mineral patch to the natural, because I want to now pour all my extra probes into the natural base. Oy, shit. Make probies. Make warp gates. I recently got into the game and I have followed your guide with great success on Protoss up to Gold 1. Gold 1 has been a wall that I can't seem to break out of. There are split armies, countered army comp versus my own, and punishing certain expansions and timings of mine. Don't worry, I'll get there eventually. And gold can be broken down in a very simple way, honestly. It really is. It's just... Again, something up here. See how I say 11 minutes is a optimal time to max out in bronze? It's not going to be 11 minutes in Gold Lake. We're going to speed up as we go through the leagues. Because 11 minutes is actually not very fast. Like, it's enough, it's fast enough for someone who's learning the game to be good at this game through macro. But 11 minutes for maxing out is not like, damn, that's great. That's super clean. It's really slow, actually.
I am here in the shadows.
Okay, let's go ahead and build a robo and a gate. But 7 minutes, or sorry, 11 minutes is more than enough to be a clean max out in Bronze League. So if you're a Bronze player and you listen to what I just said, I hope I didn't just discourage you and be like, well, okay. Like if you max out in 14 minutes in Bronze, that's totally fine. I mean, you're learning the game, right? Just try to build yourself up as a player. And you will realize, you yourself will be like, wow, I can max out way faster than 11 minutes doing this build. This like fully saturated mineral line, take another base, make stalkers and immortals. You'll be like, dude, I'm maxing out at like 9 minutes and 58 seconds, not 11 minutes. And you'll be like, wow, I'm crushing it. And why are you crushing it? Because you practiced it a few times, like for a few days or a week or 2 weeks. Everybody's different. Not everyone's the same. So some people might take longer than others. But again, it's just 4 or 5, 4 or 5, 4 or 5, 4 or 5. Produce units. Make probes. Watch your supply. Try to build depots every time you get close to like within 15 or so. Build another pylon. If you're within like 5 supply or 10 supply, build 2 pylons. So like right now we're within 10 supply. Let's build another pylon. Fuck it. Let's re-rally all of our nexus to our 3rd base. 4 or 5. Make immortal. Make stalker. We're good to go. Grab all my probes. Grab my probes. Put them on the gas. Put them on the gas. And look at my money. We're keeping it somewhat down. It's below 1,000. So it looks like we're mostly maintaining the production so far. But it's, I mean, we're still making probes. So it's always going to keep growing at a faster pace. And if we don't increase the production with it, eventually we're going to need to do that. So for the time being, it seems like I can still maintain my money spinning it with my current production. But as soon as we start, like as soon as our average is like 800 minimum, we're going to want to build more production. Okay, let's build another pylon. Build a couple more stalkers. And now our 3rd base is getting really well saturated, so what does that mean? We're getting ready to build another base. And look at my money. I have everything producing, and I'm at 900, soon to be 1,000. So now I'm like, okay, our money's getting pretty high now, so let's go ahead and build another nexus. Build a couple pylons near it. And let's build some more production, because I can't actually spin my shit properly anymore. So let's build like an extra like 3 gates. Just like 3 gates. Doesn't have to be 7 gates. Again, I'm not sitting on 3,000 minerals or something. I'm sitting on like 1K. So 3 gates is 450. It's like almost half of that. And it's going to increase costs now every time I have a rotation of units. So now look at my money after I built 3 gateways. It's once again dropping down a bit. Okay, we're getting attacked. So let's select all army and attack towards that. Let's build a couple gases. Gas. Gas. Make probes. Make an immortal. Make some stalkers. We can make our upgrades at this point. Make a forge and a council, so we can start getting weapon upgrades. And then let's transfer some probes because it's inefficient now. Their patches are mining out. So let's go to my new base in top left. This base is fully saturated. Let's go ahead and get our probes on the gas. Probes on the gas. We're still making probes. We're at 66. Now let's make a bunch of stalkers, because all these gateways that we made came online now. Okay, and now look at our money. After we made 3 gates, again, we didn't blow up our gateway count too crazy. We just made some, and now we're actually spending our money really well. Now let's make a couple more pylons so we don't supply block, because we're getting pretty close again. Probe count is at 72. Let's go ahead and maybe make another nexus. Why? Because that base over there in top left is going to fill up really fast, because not only is our main base starting to mine out patches, because we're having to rotate probes off now, but we're still making probes now 4 at a time. So this base is going to fill up super, super fast. Okay. And it's still depleting, so let's grab more probes off. And now this base is fully saturated with minerals. Let's take our gas. Let's also start making more stalkers. 4 or 5, 4 or 5, 4 or 5. Okay. We're getting attacked by cloak stuff. So let's not freak out. All I'm doing is making an observer. We can even chrono boost it. That's if we need it now, because we don't have one. We skipped it, actually. Transfer my workers, though. What's my worker count at? 81. Make more. We're at 85. Make units. What's my worker count at? Still, it's 85. Nice. Okay, let's make a couple of pylons because we're getting close to maxing out. Make it immortal. And now, let's go ahead and A-move my army towards where everything is dying repeatedly on the map. A-move right there. I'm not freaking out, guys. I'm not looking at the DTs. I'm looking at my base. And look at my money. It's high. So you know what I should do? Make a bunch of pylons. Or I mean, make a bunch of gateways. Gateway. Let's make like an extra like 8 gates. Again, the goal is to get to about 20 to 24 production buildings. And now that I was about 2,000 resources, 8 gates is going to be like about half of that. So I can easily maintain to be able to spend my money and produce my money. Like I'm not going to have a money problem in there. Okay, and now we're at 14 total production buildings. And we're almost maxed out. Almost. Not quite, but almost. Check our bases. Also check our upgrade. We need to start our upgrade. We never started it, so now we're starting it. Let's go ahead and get 2 probes off. Let's get 2 probes off. That's good. This base is good. Let's go here. Let's also take another base because, again, bases are mining out now, guys. So this base is also probably going to fill up relatively fast. Let's make a bunch of stalkers here. Okay, we're not maxed yet, but we're super close. Let's shift A move stalkers across the map. Shift A move stalker across the map. Make one more stalker, and now we max out at 1049. And now, if you play against someone who goes DTs, and you're like, okay, DTs, super annoying. Just do this. 1 cannon. 1 cannon. Somewhere in the middle line. 1 cannon. Shift right click the middle line. 1 cannon. Shift right click the middle line. 1 cannon. Shift right click the middle line. And over here, make 1 cannon. And you can shift right click the middle line. Now there's a base right there. So we found one of his bases. So that's going to be a thing we're going to have to kill in a second. We're also waiting for a second with our money here. So we're making more production. And we see there's no base on the mini-map right there. So now we know base, base, base. There's always going to be a natural at this point. But the question is there a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth? Select all army. A move the third base. Shift A move the natural. Shift A move the main base. Let's go back to macroing. Grab these buildings. Hit Shift 4. And we're looking for 20 to 24. So let's make like 5 more buildings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grab probes off this base because it's oversaturated. Hold Shift, right click that mineral patch so we don't stop building gateways. And then look at our bases, look at our bases. Bases are good, bases are good. Start making stalkers again. Again, you can be sloppy or organized with it. Just do it like as fast as click the mouse as fast as you can. Like you don't have to do it gradually like I am. I'm just kind of giving you a pace of what you should at least be able to do. Now let's grab our gateways we just made because we just made a bunch of gates. Shift 4, and now we have 21 buildings in our control group right here. Let's make another weapon upgrade. Let's grab a couple more probes off. More patches are mining out. What about the other bases? Good, good. Let's send them over to the new base we just made. We can even take another base while we're at it. Take a base, pylon, pylon, shift, right click the mineral line. Let's make stalkers again. Stalker, stalker, stalker. Let's make a couple of immortals again. Stalker, 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 stalker. And also, those of you who are wondering, Vibe, what about DTs? What makes those units special? So a Dark Templar is a unit inside StarCraft 2 for Protoss that is permanently cloaked. It never goes away unless they're the only way their cloak goes away is if something detects them in the game. And Protoss has 3 ways to detect something. And one of them we're not even going to worry about right now. It's from an Oracle. It's a unit you'd have to micro it. It's a bit more intense. We'll talk about that more like in Diamond League or something. But the other 2 easy options are a Photon Cannon, which is a building that gives you detection. And the radius of like this big around the building, for instance. It's quite large. You also have an Observer, which is something you make out of the Robo, which is a very easy peasy unit. It literally has no auto attack. It's also a cloaked unit itself. And it flies around and just has detection. And that's it. Those are the only really 2 options you have. So let's go ahead and macro units. Make stalkers. Make stalkers. And it looks like this guy really likes Dark Templars. It's fine. It's okay. Okay, my pylon's dead. Let's do it somewhere else. Let's make a couple of mortals. We can make more pylons around here, so it can increase the chance of me like warping in stalkers, and it really like I like being able to warp in stalkers outside of my nexus. So check this out. Notice how this when you build a pylon, notice how this one's green, and the one I had over here is green. That means they're going to be fast warp ins. But if you move it to the right or to the left one more, it's going to be blue. Two more, sorry. And now this is going to be bad warp ins. You don't want to have bad warp ins because you would warp in stalkers like we talked about before in 11 seconds. 4 seconds is much better, so having a pylon there, you can see the lit up green or blue. You'll get more used to it as you play Protoss a lot. You definitely want it to be green if you're going to be warping in stalkers around your nexus. So we can warp in a bunch of stalkers. Okay, now let's select our army. A move the natural. A move the main base. Okay, let's grab our extra probes here and take them off. Let's grab this probe here too because he's idle. Take it off. Go like down here. Build a couple of gases. And a gas just depleted, so let's take those probes and go somewhere else as well. Let's also like go down here. And this base is also mining out. We're going to need another base. Let's take this base. Screw it. Awesome. Now, move a probe down there as well, so we're not oversaturated. This base is good. This base is good. This base is so far still is good, but it's again, these things are going to deplete pretty soon, though. Let's go ahead and start a weapon upgrade. We can chrono boost it as well, because it just speeds up the stuff. So another gas just depleted. How about we send 3 probes from that gas down to this gas now, and we take 3 probes off this mineral line and put them on that gas. Now nothing's red here. It's all great. It's all super groovy. It's wonderful. Now we can make a bunch more stalkers here. Make some immortals too while we're at it. Keep making stalkers. Okay. Grab 4 probes off. Or 5. It again doesn't have to be perfect. Let's make a cannon here. Let's put a cannon over here as well. So that way, in case DTs hit these bases, we have the ability to detect stuff. Start warping in stalkers over here. So again, we're just looking for open pylon spots to make stalkers from. We don't really care. And now it's been a while. It's been a while since we've checked the map. So we know what we're going to do right now. We're going to make our stalkers. We're going to make our immortals. And we're going to take a stalker and go A-click the left side of the map. Another stalker, A-click the right side of the map. So we're just what if this guy's hiding the base? If he's on 1 base and I'm on like 9 bases, I'm gonna win the game. But if he's got a hidden base, I need to go kill that. Let's go ahead and keep making stalkers. So we just confirmed there is no. We just confirmed that there is no. Whatever it's called. There's no bases on the left side of the map. Now we're checking the right side of the map, and voila, there's no bases on the right side of the map. Select all army, attack his main base. That's the only base he has left. So this guy's literally running around with mass DTs on 1 base. Take extra probes, go down to a new base. Make probes mine efficiently. Probes are mining out here too. Take them off, mine efficiently. Probes are still good there for a little bit. Probes are still good there, good there. Make stalkers while we're waiting. Again, this is super basic shit, right? We're not trying to run down the Dark Templars and chase them with observers and detection and shit like that. Defensively, we did it because he was in my base, but aggressively, we don't care. Okay, so we're making stalkers, and I hear myself getting attacked. So I'm like, oh, okay, a base just died. How many probes died? Okay, we need to make some probes again. So let's go ahead and rally to a new base that needs probes, and go ahead and make probes. Just there you go, boom, fix the probe count. And let's make stalkers. Come on, Vibe, you can make an observer. I know I can make an observer. But if you make an observer in Bronze League, you know what you're going to do? You're going to go like this. This is going to be a bronze player with an observer. Where's the DTs at? Where's the DTs at? Where are they at? Where are they at? Where's the DTs at? Where are they? Where are the DTs? Your supply will drop. You won't macro. Where are the DTs at? Where are the DTs? Where's the DTs at? I'm looking for them. You think I'm fucking joking. You think I'm joking? But players in low leagues spend 3 minutes doing a task that should take you 13 seconds or 4 seconds. But they don't. They just stop macroing, and you're like, this right here will happen to you. You'll be like, I made observers to go find DTs, and suddenly I just lost the game because I just stopped macroing. I tunnel vision the macro, or sorry, the micro of everything. Now, if your base is fucking dying and he's in your base, it's way easier to do it. I would say now, I'm more than happy for you to make observers if he's in your base. That's totally fine. Don't run around the map looking for DTs though, for now. Well, again, we'll talk about how to micro observers a little bit more effectively later on. But for now, fuck that. Do not try to worry about making observers for like aggressively killing DTs. Okay, let's A move his base again. We've secured myself. No observer at bronze. I do make an observer. I made an observer initially defensively. And then I A moved across the map and the observer died. Guys, I had an observer. I A moved across the map and it died. Why did it die? 0 micro. I'm not microing anything. But am I losing the game? No. You guys are like, this is I always disagree with people whenever the people do this shit to me. They always are like, Vibe, you should just tell people to do shit. Like for instance, if I was coaching a bronze player, I'm dead serious, dude. If I was coaching a fucking bronze player sitting next to me, if I was coaching a bronze player, and I was like, all right, bro, macro, A move, macro, A move, macro, A move, and then you're standing behind us, and you go, bro, make an observer and kill those DTs, and he goes, oh, okay, this is what he'll do. I'm fucking dead serious. He'll go like this. I'll be like, what are you doing? Well, you told me to kill DTs with an observer. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to find them. It's not a fucking joke. It's real. People will fucking do this. Don't do that. We'll talk about observer usage a little bit, just a little bit later. But for now in bronze, again, even if those DTs, guys, you guys got to realize something. Just realize something. Even if those DTs killed like 5 bases of mine, they killed. By the way, they killed 0. But even if they killed like 5 bases, I would still be massively ahead. This is a game where I have like, or they actually, sorry, they killed 1 base. I'm just joking. They did kill this 1 base. But even if those DTs killed like 5 of my fucking bases, I have like 8 or 9 bases. And I'm fighting a guy who is 2 base all-inning me. And you want to know the worst part about all of this is? The 2 base of all-in that he's doing, they're the first bases he started the game with, so they're mining out. Like his main base has been depleted for a while. The main base depletes at like 16 minutes into the game. Fully, like completely depleted. So it doesn't make any sense to distract yourself by trying to go find cloaked units, because well, again, we'll talk about how to do it in a simple way once we get to Silver League. I think that's when I'll do it, is in Silver League. But for now, the amount of times you'll play a player like this is so small, and if you actually fall into the trap of going, oh, cloaked things, I need to kill those. I have 0 confidence in players to multitask in low leagues. They can't do it. So you just, what that means is you won't do it, and you'll fucking stop macroing. And macro is why you win, not because of micro. I just won my first game ever as Terran. Thanks, Vibe. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Congrats. Ciro Warasaurus Rex. Sir Rarasaurus Rex is what your name is. I got you. Now, we're just going to times 8 this, and we'll look at the fights again. And now, it's the same concept again. Macro is God, guys. Macro is king. Don't be one of those guys that fixates on a micro situation. It's not it's not what I'm fucking trying to build you up as a player. It's not about micro, it's about macro. So yes, I know DTs are beating my face in. I get it. Do I give a shit though? Not really. Why? Look at that income right now. Look at that income, guys. This is like 20 minutes of this. This game is only halfway over right now. 20 minutes of me mining like 3 times as much as he does.
Loving the content so far. Can't wait to watch the entire series.
No, thank you very much. Civilian email. Thank you, man. Appreciate the bits. So, like, check this out, right? We take a fight. He's got, my observer just goes right into the main base. This is our initial observer because we A-moved everything. We made this for, you know, we made this initially. And it's just sitting in the main. Meanwhile, our army is attacking his natural and we're getting roasted by DTs. We could just pull, you know, you could think about it like this. Vibe, you could easily micro that observer and pull it back to your DTs. Or to your stalkers for DTs. Yes, you could do that. But the second you tell a player who's low league to do something micro-related, they will just fixate on it. Like, they'll watch this army until it dies, and they won't build all these gates. They won't build the second robo. They won't add all this production on, and they won't also build while the fight's happening. They won't build these stalkers. And suddenly, when this army dies, blue would be at like 89 supply. Because you have a lot of probes, and you only have like 2 fucking units at home. It's not a good idea to tell people to micro in the league. Because this army, you guys got to realize as well, this army can die over and over and over and over and over and over, and I will still win the game. And why will I win the game? Because how the fuck does a guy who has 600 minerals income and 300 gas supposed to keep up with a guy who has 3,300 mineral income and 1,300 gas? You can't. Also, his mineral patches are about to disappear. He's about to be completely all in, so he has no income in a second here. And he's already only on 48 supply. Even though that was a really good trade for him, and it's still getting even better, because I'm still dying to DTs at the moment. Where's the camera for my opponent? It's on his DTs. Where's the camera for me? It's on my bases. Making stalkers, and making probes, and fixing economies. It's just priority. Learn priorities. Killing DTs right here is not the priority. We've already won the game. You guys gotta realize that. We already won the game. It's just a matter of out-macroing him through the annoying shit. Macro is always the answer, man. It's always the answer. And now look at the supply. 200 supply versus 20 supply. Look at the income for our opponent. He's got 3 patches. Look at the income. This is like 10 times value here for us. Not ideal for DT guy. Now we attack him again, and what happens when we attack him again? He has DTs. Totally understandable. But even if these DTs kill my entire army, which they do, I still am winning the game. Because I'm killing all of it. Like, his base is still dying in the process. I just want you guys to know. I really want to dig at the point into the fucking ground and really solidify it that macro is the only thing that matters. So whenever you tell a player who needs to learn that concept that they need to also think other things matter, like they need to learn how to micro army situations whenever they're annoying like this, it doesn't matter. You should not even know that this guy's going DTs and his base. Because you shouldn't even be looking at his base. You should be looking mostly at the mini-map to go where is his base located, but not what is inside of it. You should only know he's going DTs because he attacked your base with them. And you're like, oh, he's disrupting my probes, which is what I'm currently fixated on. Let's fix that. Make an observer because I need detection to fix my probes. That's fine. But over here, who gives a fuck? If this whole army dies, look at the supply. I'm making supply as fast as it dies. It doesn't even matter. Because I'm macroing, I'm not wasting time fixating on micro when I can only handle one thing or the other. And you know what he's doing? He's still losing his base. He still took damage there. Even though I just lost my entire army and it seemed really bad, I am still basically maxed out again. We're totally fine. I think people just look at the game and completely wrong a lot of the time about what they think is important. Look, this DT is going to work right now, right? He's just owning me, owning me, owning me, and his base is still getting destroyed. And we only made observers because we made them defensively. It's the only reason why we made observers. We did not make observers aggressively. And they just happen to go aggressive because they get caught up in select alarmy. Vibe could target the ground and kill the DTs. It's just, again, it's not what you should be teaching a bronze player. Don't teach a bronze player, hey, focus on something that's going to make you not macro. Don't teach them that. Because if you're a player that's like Masters or like Diamond or something, if you're someone who's like really high level, you're more than capable of killing DTs. 100% agreed. I agree with you. You can kill DTs all day. If you're like a higher level player, it's not hard for you. Especially if you're at the point of the game where you can also multitask already. If you can already multitask as well, that's great. But if you can't multitask, then you really need to sorry, I'm like getting distracted by what this guy's saying. I don't understand. He said it started playing 8 days ago and been playing every day for a year. I don't understand what that means. Maybe he's gonna play every day for a year? Oh. Well, that's sick. Yo, triple tilde? Triple tilde? That's it's cool. It's sick, man. Welcome to the game. Welcome to the community. Hell yeah. But yeah, no, if you have a lower level player trying to deal with cloaked units, a lot of times it just gets confusing for them. Things like just the simple process of going A move, A move, A move, A move is already like overwhelming to where it's like, okay, this feels awkward. Feels awkward. There's like no level of comfort in a player who's not good yet and how they play the game. It's all awkwardness, really. Vibe, you're building them on a foundation. I get macro as a foundation, but ignoring obvious things that should be addressed should be part of the foundation so they're not shocked later on. Bro, we're in Bronze League. There's a lot of room to grow as a player right here. This is fucking bronze. We're not in fucking Masters already. There's many leagues to keep growing as a player. In Bronze League, I feel like the fact of me telling people an observer has detection. A cannon has detection. That's what you really should be telling someone in bronze. Not, all right, bro, go kill those DTs out there. They're going to be like, how do I do that? What do you mean? How do you build an observer? Oh, you make a robo. Oh. I think you guys have a misinterpretation of what people are like capable of. Don't overwhelm someone who's like literally brand new to the game. That's my opinion. Gradually grow people as a player. And I already feel like what I'm showing you with just macro, just going 4 or 5, 4 or 5, 4 or 5, just doing that, I feel like you're already at your capacity doing that, and you're still not going to do it perfectly. You're going to be like, holy fuck, dude. Okay, Jesus, I didn't do something out of the gateway for the last 25 seconds because I was busy building a third base, and now I got to build more fucking stalkers again. My money's at 3,000. Oh my god, I'm falling behind constantly. You're going to be I feel like you're going to be overwhelmed, but the beautiful thing about this build though or about this idea, it's always the same thing. So you can actually master it, but telling someone how to react to micro situations and making that the focus is not the same thing. What forces two Protoss players to both go DTs? You're only teaching someone pieces of the game if you teach them how to play one player at a time. And it's much easier to tell someone how to play pieces of the game, like one player at a time, once they know how to do the foundation of what the game requires, which is macro. It's okay. By the way, I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, Jesus Christ, let Vibe just like teach people, okay? Everyone's just freaking out, telling him that what he's doing is wrong. I don't actually mind when people ask me questions like this. It's totally fine. I don't mind at all, because you want to know what it does. It allows me to answer questions and try to prove my point even further. And I feel like through these questions sometimes, there might be someone that disagrees with me, and then when I explain my reasoning, they might go, you know what? I kind of agree with that. I mean, if you never agree with me, again, that's totally fine. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. You don't have to agree with me. But if people ask me questions, I don't mind, because it allows me to just answer shit more and you know, explain my reasoning as to why I do. Or, I made 2 observers. I did not mean to do that. It just allows me to explain my reasoning, which I'm not afraid to do, because I feel like it makes logical sense for teaching somebody. I'm all about you learning a piece of what the game is, getting comfortable with it, building more on top of it, getting comfortable with it, building more on top of it, getting comfortable with it, building more on top of it, getting comfortable with it, and before you know it, you're mastering pieces of the game that before you never were, because you were focusing on shit that didn't matter so much before. And if you understand concepts, if you understand the concept of why you do what you do, like for instance, I've explained so many times now already why we go minerals before gas. What are we doing? Nexuses, pylons, and probes. That's the main focus of the build right now. So why the fuck would we mine gas before minerals? We always go mineral line first, then gas. Mineral line first, then gas. To keep doing this. And what this does is it teaches you, oh, I should probably make the resources that I need to build the units that require them, rather than make all the resources and build random shit. Why would you ever want to mine gas to make mineral costing structures as your focus? And if you know these kinds of things, logically you think about that and you go, oh shit, I can understand how people make builds now to a obviously not entirely, but to a degree. You can go, man, I don't understand how the fuck like a pro gamer makes a build. How the hell do they do that? It's because they know what's efficient. They know what makes sense of a build. They don't go, all right, yo, I got this new masses charge all in. The way the build goes is you go triple base mass gas, and then you get 3,000 gas in the bank, and then you stop mining gas and you make zealots. No, you don't fucking do that. It sounds obvious that you don't do that, but players in bronze don't know that. They legit would do something like take 3 bases and have 4 on the mineral line, 5 on the mineral line, 6 on the mineral line, gas, and they're making zealots. And you're like, bro, this doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry, but your build needs to be reworked. Like, understanding what economy means is very important in this game. It's the most important thing, the baseline of what the hell this game even represents. And then on top of that, understanding how, like, if you go, this is another thing too. This is another thing too. If you go, if you're a kind of player that goes, like, let me give you another example. I have coached people before that tell me this. Hey Vibe, I'm Gold League, and I want to focus on micro today because my my macro is already really good. I don't need to work on my macro. I'm just losing games because I don't know how to micro fights. And I go, in my mind, I go, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And I go, oh, okay. Yeah, let's take a look at that. And then I regardless of what he says, I'm trying to fucking look at his macro. Because I know he's full of shit. And I look at his base, and yeah, he spends his money. But he does shit like this where he goes, I made 3 units out of my barracks or out of my gateway, and then I didn't build a unit for the last 3 minutes, and I get 2,000 resources, and then I make 12 gateways. And I'm like, bro, just because you spend your money doesn't mean you macro. There's multiple sides to macro than just saying I spent my money. There's also upkeeping your buildings. There's also generating more money, which makes it harder to spend your money. Like if you stop making probes at like 34 probes and you go the whole game like that, and then you're like, yeah, I macro great. I don't ever have a lot of money. I spend it all. And I'm like, well, you only have 34 probes though. You're not going to generate very fast either. That's a problem. Like you gotta definitely understand the concepts again of why the hell people do what they do. You gotta understand what that even means. And if you don't understand that, you're gonna have a very low understanding of what the hell StarCraft even is. This game is super complicated if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty, but it doesn't have to be all at once. You can learn it piece by piece by piece, and suddenly, a month later, you're like, I actually know a lot about this game that I didn't know before. It's very doable for anybody. It's just you can't learn it all in the snap of a finger. This game is a lot. There's a lot to this game.
I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows.
Let's saturate our gas. Again, mineral focus, guys. Gas after. Put one more probe on that gas. We're good to go. We're good to go. Make a couple of mortals. Make a bunch of stalkers.
I am here in the
Because notice as well, I like, for instance, people that are like, Vibe, dude, it really bothers me that you don't scout right now. Why scout? What is it gonna? What's purpose would it serve? How would it change anything about what I'm telling you to do for a bronze player? It would do nothing. It would just distract them and make them macro slower. Again, we'll talk about all these. We're not gonna again, and I think the biggest thing people don't realize is that this is not going to be my entire series. This is just Bronze League, guys. It's just bronze. Like, it's going to grow as we grow as a player. More things will happen as we get out of bronze. Okay, let's take our stalker and check the left side of the map. Let's take a stalker and check the right side of the map. Okay, nice. And we're getting attacked right now by stuff. Okay, so let's select the army and A-move the area. Be careful not to select a unit, okay? So right there, like, select the ground. Do not click a unit on that fight. Definitely don't click a unit on that fight. And what are we going to do during this process? We're going to macro. We're going to macro. Okay, we can make more gateways and more probes because we need more production. We have a lot of money. Transfer some probes over to my new base. So we can make more stalkers over here even. How much should I chrono probes? So, chronoing probes should be done all the time until you get to the ideal saturation. And I am intentionally not chronoing probes a lot in Bronze League because I don't think bronze players will chrono very often. I think this is going to be a standard bronze maneuver here to have 200 energy on every nexus. So again, I'm trying to make the series as real as possible. I'm not trying to be, because 11-minute max out, guys, that's super good for bronze. That's good for bronze. It's not good for overall, but it's good for bronze. And if I chrono boost my probes constantly, I'm gonna max out way faster than fucking 11 minutes. That's why I'm not doing it very often. Again, I want you guys to have realistic examples. So probe count, let's make like 6 more so we can go to 85. We have 1 more in production, so we're good. Okay. And we didn't get to scout because we just had to take a fight, so let's go top right. A move. Let's go bottom left. A move. And we're good. Okay, we can take our gas here. Check my bases. This is over by 1. Grab it. This is over by a lot. Grab them. This is over by some. Or, sorry, it was good. Just, it wasn't over by anything. It's over by 1. Send them over here. Okay, we found a base in middle left. We definitely want to go get rid of that. Definitely want to go get rid of that. Let's also, we're only at 18 gates. Let's make like a few more. Or 18 buildings. Let's make like 5 more or something. And we're fine. Okay. So is anything going to be revealed on the right side of the map? This is the last base we need to check right there. When the stalker gets here, it's super close. We can start a weapon upgrade while we're waiting. And there's nothing there, so let's A-move this base. Shift A-move that base. That base. That base. That base. Now in the meantime, we can macro as well. Okay, all my gateways are tapped out. Grab the other gateways in my main. And we can grab some probes, send them over somewhere else, send them over here. This base is full, so let's take another base again. New base. Go back to macro again. The macro cycle's over, so let's macro again. Okay, grab some probes off. This base is still good. Put some probes on the gas. We're good to go. This base is good. This base is good. This base is good. This base is good. This base is new. Rally all my Nexus up here. Put this one in my control group with the Nexus so we have them all selected. And go back to making another cycle of units again. So wherever the hell I have a pylon open. I don't care. Okay, our money is really thin here. So we just got to make sure we don't stop mining. This game is getting really even trades, I would say. Mineral field depleted. Where's that at? It's up here. Let's fix this. Grab some probes off. Put them on a new base. Make some stalkers up here. Okay, so we're about to be maxed out. We're super close. And let's get ready to go attack again. So let's go attack again right now. So once again, do the same exact thing. We know where the bases are, but we just died. So let's select all army, A move, on minimap, shift, A move, shift, A move, shift, A move. Good to go. Watch my money. Look at these 4 probes and it's sitting doing nothing in my main base. Grab them all. Go. Control F1, click the mineral line. He thinks because people are in bronze they can't play fast or something. They fucking can't, dude. Dude, I'm playing faster than a bronze player would probably be able to handle. I have coached people before, and I say shit like this. All right, build a pylon. Build a gateway. Build a pylon. They're like, okay, build 2 gases. Saturate those gases. Expand again. And they're like, bro, I don't think people really realize bronze is like not comfortable with the game at all. Like when you say build a pylon, they don't just go like this. They go like this. What's a fucking hotkey for a pylon? There it is. Build it. They don't know. Like they're just I feel like they're super uncomfortable. Super uncomfortable with how to play the game. So this is a nice steady pace that I'm trying to tell you exactly what I'm doing. Like right now I'm holding shift and I'm just clicking, 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 clicking. Warping your units like a slow tard. No, bro. I tell you click as fast as you can. Click as fast as you can. That's what I do tell you that. And if you, I don't, no, I'm not gonna defend myself in this shit. Rob, shut up. I'm keeping a pace that I think a bronze player can keep up with, and which is like literally like 40 APM. It's like 40. Okay, so now we're kind of still maxed out, and we're breaking into his base. So let's go ahead and A move. Like select all army again. Let's A move the other side of the map right now. A move, shift A move, shift A move, shift A move, shift A move, and there we go. We now are going to, just in case there's expansions on the right side, we're going to now attack the right side. So we're just trying to limit his economy while we maximize ours. GG. Okay, there's no base there. We can take it ourselves and expand. And again, we can just go through the battles with ×8 and just see supply. This guy did a pretty good job, honestly, of macroing. He had a lot of bases. This guy, like he said as well, he watches B2GM, guys. He said it himself. He said, thanks for the vids. He knows how to macro. He's got more probes than I do. He actually chrono boosted probes. He's got more probes than me. I didn't fucking chrono boost probes at all. This entire game. I didn't chrono boost one thing. I think might have chrono boosted my upgrade one time or some shit. But I didn't chrono boost shit in this game, really. But again, you totally should chrono boost if you can remember to do it. And there you go. There's the fight. When the fight happens, how much supply did he have? He was a little bit under max. We were maxed, though. And now he's also he's about to be maxed out with my second max. So again, he played honestly pretty well. This is definitely, if this guy is actually bronze, he'll definitely get out of bronze. With play like that. I think he's just making it a little maybe too technical with going Void Ray Tempest. Because again, when you start going for units like this, you have to understand why you go for units like this. If you go Void Ray Tempest against Mass Stalker, you're gonna die. Like, Voids are okay. They're not bad against Stalkers. Tempests are awful against Stalkers. And then, yeah, now it just comes to a point where he breaks, and his expansions are gone. He also made a mothership. He was definitely making a lot of other shit. He definitely made weird units, which fucked him over, I think. But he was doing a good job of expanding. He was doing a great job of expanding. So props to that guy for the economy. Definitely getting a little wild on his composition, though. And Jade Lantern, I don't know if I said thank you for the bits earlier, but thank you very much for the bits, Jade Lantern. Much love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now we're playing Tommy. Tommy. Like what the guy we just played against, the Protoss we just played against, what I honestly see out of that guy is that dude, if he plays like that all the time, and if he just like simplifies his composition a bit, I legit could already see that guy being like Gold League at least, if he plays like that. Like that was definitely above bronze in terms of like how he understands how to make economy. Like that dude would smash your average bronze player. Like, for instance, that guy, I could tell that guy, if he says, oh, I watch the videos and that's how he makes probes, I can fucking tell. Because you want to know what most bronze players do? They get to 26 workers by 13 minutes. And they're chilling on, like, 2 base, tier 3 tech. That is the average bronze playstyle. Which is just fucking inefficient as hell. Okay. Is TOS the first race of the night? No, this is the second. I already did a Terran series for tonight on Twitch. People on YouTube, don't mind that. Doesn't matter for you. It's recorded for you if you're watching it on YouTube. So it's all there. The series is there. It's like a Netflix show. Okay, let's go ahead and expand. It's actually this way. Let's free rally to the gas. Let's take our Nexus. Gold League, Lamau. What do you mean? Are you talking about what I said? There's a little bit of stream delay, so I don't know if you're referring to what I just said earlier about saying the other guy I played against could be like Gold League if he just changes his comp. I think he could be. Yeah. Or are you the guy I just played? Are you the guy I just played? Like, your macro is definitely above fucking bronze and silver. And so is mine. That's the point. The point is, if you macro like this in bronze, which I think you can, this is like 30 APM macro. If you do it like this, just if you have the concept and efficiency, and you understand why you're doing this, you won't be fucking bronze very long. You'll be bronze, out of bronze in no time flat.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's playing with the delay. I'm 100% playing with the delay.
I would not be able to get back into StarCraft without these B2GM videos. Everyone should watch these if they want to play this game. No cap.
Yeah, dude. Enjoy it. Thank you very much, dude, for the 28-month resub, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate it very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love, dude. Okay, so we're getting attacked. Let's rally my my buildings down to like the front of my natural. Just take a moment here, okay? Take a moment. Take a moment. Now let me explain why we're going to take a moment. A bunker is tankier than you might realize. Okay? It's tankier than you might realize. And if we send one stalker at a time, we would die. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to not do that. I might even just let the natural die. Now this is the way to explain this is if you fight against units, you should definitely pull your probes and fight the units right away. But if you fight against buildings, you probably want to get a tech unit in your army before you fight buildings, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to chrono boost out an immortal, and once we get our first immortal, then we're going to fight his buildings. And if my Nexus happens to die, so be it. If I literally fought that bunker though with one stalker by one stalker by one stalker, all I would do is throw stalkers in the garbage can. So you can't, and same thing would happen with cannon rush, and same thing would happen if this somehow was spine crawlers. So our immortal is just about out. And now that the immortal's out, now let's go ahead and A-move it. Select the army, A-move, and let's now build another Nexus again. And keep macroing in the process. Don't stop macroing. Make another immortal. We can chrono boost it again. We can make more stalkers. We're totally fine. Just keep macroing. Keep macroing. We can rally point our stuff down to the front of our natural here, like in the area. And we're chilling. Keep macroing, guys. Again, we're not microing. We're not freaking out. Don't give a shit. As long as we macro, we'll be A-okay. Make a couple stalkers. Another immortal popped out. Okay, make another immortal. We can chrono boost him again, because this is some serious shit right here. We can A-move everything into the front of our base. Keep making probes. And now look. For a second, this is now units, okay? So if it's units, remember what we talked about? If it's not bunker, we can A-move our probes to help if we really need to. That also would be okay. Because it's units. Again, it's in our face. It's units. You could pull probes here, and it would make sense. It's not bunkers. So pulling workers against units is a thumbs up. Pulling units against buildings is a thumbs down if they're already done. You can only pull probes or your workers when you try to kill a building if the buildings aren't done yet. If the buildings are done, if spines are up, or if cannons are up, or if a bunker's up, and you pull probes, those probes are going to walk in and be like, eh, they're just going to die. So I'm glad that this guy did this, because this is very unique. Again, we just got bunker rushed, and if we would have sent one stalker by one stalker by one stalker, we would have 100% lost this game. But what did we do the whole time? We kept macroing, and now what's going to happen after that rush is over? We're going to take a third base, and we're going to go back to exactly what we did before. We fall right back into our macro trends. So let's take an expansion again. If the Hellion moves out of my fucking way. There we go. Let's take our third base. Oh, okay, it died. Let's take the other third base then. Let's go over here. Meanwhile, let's make stalkers. Let's make immortals. Keep making probes. Make a pylon. Go back to mining minerals. Make an immortal. And keep mechering. Don't stop. Don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Get it, get it. Make our gas. Take our stalkers again. Again, keep producing. 4, 5, 4, 5. Am I trying to micro this immortal that's getting his ass kicked in bottom right? If he fucking dies, I don't care. You know why? I'll make more of them. It's more important to make 2 immortals if one dies. Because Jimbo, the immortal, just died right there. We got another immortal popping out right now, and we already have one sitting there. So 2's better than 1, and that immortal still did shit before it died. Now, obviously, if this is higher level, you can 100% micro while you macro. But if we're talking Bronze League, if I guarantee the second you start microing, you just stop macroing. You're like, oh, I don't need to macro anymore. Time to make my micro situation. It's time to control my immortal. Okay, he's attacking my probes again. Select all army. A-move the area. Get the fuck out of my base, okay? I'll keep macroing until the game's over. Let's grab some probes. And send them over here. Make another immortal. We can make a couple stalkers. At this point now, let's do a chrono boost on our Nexus, because if we remember to chrono boost probes and it's important, let's go ahead and do that. We need to keep making probes. And look at my base; it's fully saturated. So what are we gonna do? We're going to build a Nexus. We're gonna also build a pylon. Okay, let's go ahead and build some more group units out of Group 4. Don't forget to keep building probes. Nexus are idle; they're idle. Make more probes. Let's make another immortal. And now let's take our gas at this base right here. Okay, let's take our stalkers again. And in this game, I legit have like no bank. The reason why I have no bank is because we've taken damage, so I haven't been able to develop my bank as fast as I normally would have been able to have done it. So we're definitely going to add on our extra production later this game because of that. But we're still growing pretty quickly regardless. Let's put 3 probes in each thing over here. Let's re-rally our Nexus over to this base and grab any excess. So we have 2 excess. Let's make a couple more pylons here. And then make more immortals and make more stalkers. At this point as well, we could also get a forge, a council, and like maybe like 3 more gates. So we can increase our production a little bit.
I'm vibing right now to vibe. It's great, brah.
Dude, thank you very much. Grim Faith. Much love, man. Thank you, thank you. Okay, get these gateways in my control group. Let's go ahead and take a Nexus. What do I consider high level? I consider Diamond League the baseline for high level. It's like the minimum of high level. Diamond League is when the game shifts from beginner friendly to now advanced techniques. Diamond is bare minimum. If you try and do advanced techniques in anything below Diamond, you don't multitask. That's the whole point. That's the reason why I say that. Multitask is something that doesn't happen to low-level players. You know, that's exactly why I'm not multitasking right now. I am 100% macroing. Now, I did make a choice here that I feel like a bronze player might not make, which is I chose not to engage a bunker when it was done. And I chose to let my Nexus die because I waited for the immortal. But now if you watch that, hopefully in the future you know that. If you get rushed by buildings, wait to engage with your stalkers. Wait to take a fight until your first immortal comes out. And then once your first immortal comes out, take a fight take your first fight with the immortal. And then every time he attacks you, re-engage the fight. Be like, oh, he's attacking me, A move. He's attacking me, A move. Easy peasy. Also, Zephyr, you keep asking me a lot of questions. I love you, man. I will get to Gold League, I promise. This is not Bronze to GM Zephyr edition. I love you, man. I can't answer all your questions, dude. Like, because you keep asking me questions about your game specifically. Just, the series answers all, man. Just be patient. Okay, so he's attacking me still with tanks. Let's go ahead and A-move the area. Call it a day. Grab the production of everything. Like, you know, add it in. We have 15 right now. And there we go. Awesome. So what happened this game? I would imagine I'm like tripling this guy's supply the entire time ever since I break his first bunker area. He doesn't... It's like a proxy all in the entire time. I don't think this ranks as cut and dry, but that's me. 100%, this game I just played is not cut and dry. The concept that I've been explaining the entire time is how we won this game. I won this game through macro. I legit won the game through macro. The only decision-making choice we altered here, which again is something that I will do all the way until Diamond League, is if you get proxied by buildings and we're not going to micro, we are not going to engage the... We're not going to engage the fucking bunkers until we have an immortal. That's all. We're not gonna take fights with one stalker at a time, running into 8 Marines in a bunker. That's just a fucking losing fight right there. That's a bad fight. We're gonna take fights once we have Immortals out, because it's gonna increase our chances to not die dramatically. So he kills my Nexus. But again, even though we lost our Nexus, we're still ahead. So we're getting massively all in right here. We're getting bunker rushed like crazy. And now look at the Immortal. This Immortal just fucking pounds these bunkers. The Immortal hits almost like 3 times as hard as a Stalker, and it shoots faster than a Stalker. And it's way tankier than a Stalker. When this bad boy comes out, he just drills these Marines like crazy. Now look at the other bunker. The other bunker actually dies. So now it's just a bunch of Marines and Hellions outside of this guy's base. And again, we didn't micro. We literally let the Immortal just die. It's okay. If this was higher level league, I definitely would have pulled it back. I also probably would have made shield batteries. There's a lot of things we can do here that will increase the value of our army. But all we're doing is we're making Immortals, we're making Stalkers, and we're making our build. We just chose to wait to engage because buildings were done for him. Proxy static D structures, like a bunker. It was done by the time I saw it. And I go, oh shit, okay. Wait till we have an Immortal so we can actually fight that properly. And our units are just kind of like spawning and fighting, spawning and fighting. And this is when I was saying, remember how I said you can pull probes? You can legit green box your mineral line and go A-move the whatever's nearby. If it's not buildings. If I A-moved those bunkers, my probes would all be dead. And it would be kind of not great. But instead, if there's just units here, my probes actually get way more value because they actually not only tickle damage into the units, but they can also buy my units more time to kill units. And units kill units pretty fast in this game. So pulling probes now is totally okay. I would never recommend pulling probes into a bunker, especially if it has SCVs behind it repairing the bunker. But pulling probes against just straight up Hellion Marine, that's okay. Especially if I have units also being here fighting. And now look at this. At this point, even though at this point I've lost 10 probes, I lost my Nexus. I've been losing units. I've lost way more resources than my opponent.
Here's a down payment on that Gold League vid. Thank you for your patience, Teach.
Zephyr, you're no
one hand.
Zephyr, no worries, man. Zephyr, I hope I didn't, make you sad or anything about when I was like, it's not the Zephyr series. I just know you've been asking me questions constantly. And I'm trying to get there eventually. I don't want to talk about gold stuff in a bronze video. It's the only reason why I don't want to do that. I will talk about tons of gold stuff in gold videos. But thank you so much for the 5. I appreciate it a lot, man. And yeah, I mean, I want you to know you did nothing wrong or anything like that. I don't want you to feel like you did. It's just I want to focus on bronze for bronze. But thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you. But yeah, like we've lost double what he's lost. It's that same concept again where you're like, Vibe, you've lost so much more than the Protoss. Or than the Terran, sorry. You've lost way more than your opponent. But we're always mining more than he is. We are always mining more than he is. Every time. So I don't give a shit that I lose more than he does. Because why do I have 12 more supply than he does? Even though I've lost more than double what he's lost? How come I'm still 12 supply ahead? It's because we mine more than our opponent. Every time. And now he's not done either. He's going to do it the entire game. And now that my natural's actually fully saturated here, our supply is going to go really quick. Because he hasn't even started a natural. So you can see this was the second fight. This Immortal was just... This is when I was like, Jimbo, the Immortal is just doing his thing. He killed quite a bit. And then he died. And now look at my supply. Because I didn't focus on microing that Immortal, I have 2 more that can take his place. And I'm literally double the Terran supply right now. I have 65 to 33. And now he attacks my probes again. So what do? I go, probes are under attack. Okay, let's A-move the area. I don't micro it. I just A-move the area because he attacked my probes. Zephyr's sad? Zephyr's not sad. Zephyr's a good guy. I know he's just excited. And now this guy's fucked. Like that's the last of it, right? So the tank actually survives because we're not microing. We have 2 mortals and 2 stalkers sitting there. This all G. But now look at the supply. Remember how I said we were doubling it? Now we're tripling it. Macro, 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 macro. We will add more on top of macro as we grow through the leagues, but right now it's just macro. There you go. Boom. 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 Nice. The RuneScape in me is triggered by this filth you call Valheim. Oh, you're not even talking to me, you're talking to someone else.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Nazarai.
I don't have anything important to say. I just want to interrupt the stream a little. Love you, Vibe.
No worries. Thank you very much for the 8-month resub, dude. Welcome back. Welcome back, Nazarai. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we got a PvP, guys, but guess what? Who cares? I don't care. Do you care? You shouldn't care. PvP is PvP. PvP is PV macro. This game is StarCraft Macro Edition at the moment. Grab our Nexus, build our probe, make Control 5 or whatever control group you like for yourself. Control 1, Control 3, I don't give a shit. Whatever number you like, make your Nexus hotkey so you can always rotate into it and be like 5. Let's say 5 for me. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Make a probe, pylon, and probe. Yo, my Mike Oxy wrecked. That's all I wanted to say. Mike Oxy wrecked.
You must construct additional pylons.
Thank you for the $3 dono and for making me say. This is I feel like Mo in The Simpsons. Is there a Mike Oxy wrecked? Mike Oxy wrecked. Everyone starts laughing at me. All right, little shit. Listen to me right now. I'm gonna come get you. I'm gonna find you, little motherfucker. Okay, let's take our natural. So earlier Nexus through our gas. Yo, thank you for the $3 dono, man. Much love. And then Juno Life, thank you for the 39. Thank you, thank you. Let's build our Nexus. And let's build our gas. We're gonna take our core. Let's build a pylon. And let's actually chrono boost our Nexus here in just a second. We'll actually chrono boost our Nexus. Okay, we can rally our gateway down to the bottom of the ramp. And let's chrono boost our Nexus right now and rally our Nexus down to the natural. So we can let's actually use chrono boost a couple times this game. A lot of times we don't even use it in bronze. But let's try to actually use it a little bit this game. Remember, chrono boost is good. Let's build a pylon at our third base. Or at our natural, sorry. Let's build our stalker. And our warp gate upgrade. We actually missed a probe here, so let's put a probe back on that.
Note, Poochie died on the way back to his planet.
Yo, Burry, thank you for the bits. Poochie, no, dude. No. Oh my god, people with their names. Okay, let's go add a double double gateway and a robo into our building, whatever. Or I mean, sorry, add into group 4. 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. That whole thing again. Let's chrono boost our Nexus a couple more times. Again, one each. Chrono boost, chrono boost. Let's go ahead and build a pylon over here. Or over here. Or you know what? Build it over there. Who gives a shit? Just build pylon. You know why? Because we're getting close. We're within 15 of my max. Okay, let's go ahead and build our units out of our robo. Let's add another Nexus because we're fully saturated at this point. We're really good. We're high mineral count here, and we have some extra money, so let's definitely expand again. Hey, Mr. Peepoo Man, thank you for the 11-month resub, dude. Thanks, dude. Much love. Let's also build a pylon here. And let's build 2 gases. Let's also build a couple stalkers. Let's re-rally my units to the front of my natural, just because they're kind of on the side. Let's put them in the front so they don't... we don't want our Nexus to be attacked from like the side and we don't realize it, so we're going to put it in the front so we definitely cover the front of our base. Peepoo Man, thank you for the gifted sub as well. Much appreciated, dude. Vibu gift in the chat for Peepoo. Thank you, dude. Okay. Stalker, Stalker, Immortal.
I am here in the shadows.
Let's go ahead and put this probe on our 3rd base because our natural is fully saturated. And re-rally, add this into group 5 and re-rally all group 5 into the 3rd base because again, perfect saturated. Perfect saturated. We're good on our saturation. We can add our pylons here. And we can shift, click the mineral patch. Add a couple stalkers. And we're good.
I am here in the shadows.
Now, keep making units. Keep making probes, guys. Why not? What else are we doing? What else are we doing, dude? You tell me. I don't know. We're just going to make probes. We don't need to micro anything right now. We don't need to scout anything right now. Because if we just macro, we'll overpower whatever hits us. We're like a big like bodybuilder versus like a little scrawny like angry wimp. And then we're just like pfft. Shut up. We're setting ourselves up for success. So it doesn't matter whatever we get attacked by. Like what's happening, I don't even know. Let's attack towards it on the minimap. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to macro during it. Let's go ahead and spend our money on making immortals. Make our money on stalkers. And let's go ahead and also take another base. We can take another pylon with it. Okay. Now let's... we're actually getting to a point... Again, we're getting into like the thousands. We can't actually spend our money anymore as fast as we want to because we've made too many probes now. So now what are we going to do? Let's add on more production. Let's add on like a forge and a council so we can upgrade our shit. Let's add on like 5 more gates or 4 more gates. There we go. Boom. Now fix my mineral line saturation. Make a couple gases. And keep making units. Just keep making units, guys. Make some probes. Let's grab all these gateways we just made and add them into group 4. Okay, we're good on this base. Now let's go ahead and rally all my Nexus to this new base. And we're almost there on probes. We're at 70 probes. We're getting real close. Super close. Keep making units. 4, 5. 4, 5. Don't get distracted by the charge slots. Make another mortal. Make a couple pylons. This base is almost fully saturated, and look, we're still close, but this is getting pretty high already. So let's make another Nexus. Make a couple pylons next to it, so we can always, you know, whatever it's called. We can always I don't remember what I was gonna say. Sorry, I just read someone in chat said, "Be a man, do the right thing." It fucking made me think of Russell Peters, and I forgot what I was saying. Tofu Hunin, Russell Peters is awesome. Okay, let's take our gas and build units. Cool. Okay, we have a lot of units here too. Let's select the army and attack towards it because we want to group up everything. We're getting attacked. Let's go make sure we have everything fighting.
I love B2GM and it's the only reason I play StarCraft. Also, you touch my tra-la-la.
You touch my tra-la-la. My ding-ding-dong. Thanks, man. Mr. People Man, I appreciate that. What a song. Okay, so we're adding more gateways in again because we have way too much money now. We're fully saturated with probes, and I just don't have enough production because I can't spend my money anymore. So what are we gonna do? Ramp up our production. That's the whole point, right? So we're gonna make a bunch more gates again. Okay, that should be good now. So now we add that robo in, and all these gates is gonna put us between 20 and 24. Let's grab some probes and put them up to this new base up here. We can warp in another round of stalkers. Grab my gateways. Make another upgrade on my forge. And now we got a relatively large army, and we keep getting attacked. So let's just knock this shit out. Let's move towards the situation. And we're just macroing during the process. We're not microing. I'm not watching the fight. I'm not trying to concave my shit. I'm not trying to focus fire something. I'm not trying to like cast a force field. I'm just moving it and making stalkers. And I'm also making immortals. And I'm looking at my mineral lines. Mineral line up here, still pretty good. One of these patches is about to disappear though. This mineral line, still decent, but some of these patches are also about to disappear. This base still good, this base still good, this base still pretty fresh. But guess what? I'm about to start saturating this base a lot, so you know what we should do? Take another Nexus. Why should we take another Nexus? Because mineral patches are going to deplete in my natural and my main now, and I'm going to need to send them all here because my other bases are already fully saturated. Let's go ahead and make more stalkers. So again, if you can click the mouse really fast, please feel free to do that. If you're like, okay, Vibe, I can click a little bit faster than this. Okay, go like this.
Hello, yes, I'd like a frosty and a bacon
totally
and cheese baked potato. Hold the chives.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Burry. Thank you, Burry. Sounds like a good order, dude. Let's take one stalker, attack the right, shift A move the right side of the map all the way to his main. Take a stalker on the left, shift A move the bases we don't own yet all the way to his main. Why did we take bases way the hell over here first? Because he was proxied here. And I couldn't expand there. And I still wanted to expand. So we'll just expand away from where he is. That's totally fine. Okay. Make more stalkers. Grab probes, because again, we're oversaturating now. We're losing patches. And we're pretty good on everything. We can chrono boost out a forge upgrade. And then we found a base. So now let's go like this. Select the army. A move the base we know exists. Let's A move this base. We haven't seen it yet with the minimap because the stalker got caught on something right there. So we'll hold shift. We'll A move there second. Just to make sure nothing exists there. Because it's close to where we already are going. Let's A move there with another command. And let's now A move there with the last command. So what are we doing? There first. There second. There third. There fourth. We did all of it off the minimap. All of it was on the minimap. I can't listen to that song, by the way.
Oh, you touch my tra-la-la.
I skipped that shit because I let it do the initial part, but I skipped it because DMCA, bro. Who knows? I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with that, but I don't trust any song anymore. Okay, let's thank you for the 6, Bob. I appreciate it. Yeah, hell yeah. So, yeah, look at this. Back it up a little bit, and let's see supply. So this is the first time he attacks me. Right here is the first time he attacks me. And supply is in favor of us by 30 supply already. Now 40 as the fight's starting. And why is that happening? Because our opponent doesn't have a fully saturated natural and has an oversaturated main. It's already mining patches out. Ours does have an oversaturated main just like he does, but we have a fully saturated natural. We also have a fully saturated third. So we have way more income than our opponent. And income means more supply. We're already doubling supply. And this guy's going for like 6 gate charge lot, or really 7 gate charge lot all in on 2 bases. So he's all-inning the crap out of us right now. And our army is spread out. Because you know why? I don't give a... We're not microing, guys. Micro's not what's important here. Half of our army's dying while half of our army's sitting there. But again, it's okay. You know why? Because we're macroing and we're maintaining a lot of supply. It's okay if I just lost like 6 Stalkers and 2 Immortals if I still have double the supply of my opponent. And why do I have double supply of my opponent?
Play the fucking song, Vibu.
I can't. Sorry, people, man. I can't. DMCA, bro. I don't know if that song is allowed to be played. I'm not going to do it. I love you. Sorry. Thank you for the 300 bits. Or, yeah, the 300 bits. But this dude, he's obviously, you know, he's got way more money in the bank than I do, right? He's got way less supply, but way more money in the bank. And why does he have more money in the bank? Because he is currently in the process of all-inning me, which is, it means he's attacking me with the units. And I think he is attacking me with units more than he's macroing units, which is why his gateways are all active, but not being used. They're all ready to make zealots. There's 1,000 and 1,100 minerals in the bank right now. This should not happen if you're macroing properly. It shouldn't happen. I mean, you should be able to keep your money down and keep your unit supply up when you all-in somebody, which is why you shouldn't learn all-ins when you can't handle all-ins. If you can't macro properly and you all-in someone, you're going to execute an all-in in a very weak way, which is exactly why. Let me tell you guys something really fast. On paper, in a high-level Protoss versus Protoss, in like Grandmaster Pro level, if one player goes for a 2-base charge lot all-in, and another player goes for a 4 Nexus opener, 2-base charge lot all-in is supposed to win there. It is. It would win there because that is a really greedy build versus a really all-in build, and all-in builds are supposed to kill greedy builds. That's how the game goes. That's how it's supposed to be played if you want to put it on paper. But do you want to know what matters more than that? In lower levels, teaching people how to play StarCraft, efficiency beats non-efficiency every single time, for the most part, as long as you don't mess something up horribly bad. But efficiency beats non-efficiency. Even if the build is supposedly supposed to win, it doesn't win if it's done inefficiently. So all-ins don't beat greedy builds if the all-in is done inefficiently and the greedy build is done efficiently. Which is why I have double the supply right now. It is a real fact of this game. And I think a lot of players that always are like, Vibe, you can't hold all-ins, dude. Like, the all-ins are unstoppable. They're unstoppable. You can't stop them. Like, I'm just going to do it myself. People who think that way, like, they think that, like, you know, like, like the way GM level games or, like, pro level games should be played, if they think that is also the way that low level games should be played, it's not the same thing. Because if you can't play the game efficiently, everything goes out the window. The window. It just goes out the window. That's just what happens.
But I want your trailer, Vibe. Don't tease me with just the tip.
Yo, Life Alert, thank you very much for the 100 bits.
At Vibelol, ban this moron Johnson are number nuts.
John Cena number nuts. I see him in chat right now. I told him, and I typed to him as well. If he doesn't stop, I'll do something about it. Thank you for the bits, though, people, man. And now, look, like, again, supply is king, right? Supply is king.
Deep in the night, I'm looking for some fun.
Yeah. Thank you, people, man. I don't remember all the lyrics to that song, but I imagine that's like the next part of it. And now some of our army aggroes, some of our army doesn't. Again, guys, we don't care. I know we're being really sloppy with our army, but again, that's not the point of what we're learning here. The point is, even though we are being sloppy, we now have more than triple our opponent's supply. Because we're just macroing. Base upkeep, right? Base upkeep. 8 workers now here. 16 workers here. He did transfer off some probes. So, good for him. He built the 3rd base. But look at look at the economy. 1,300 minerals and 3,200 minerals. That's not the same thing. We're upkeeping our base as a priority more than trying to micro this repeatedly. This is just literally build, 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 a move. Build, 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 a move. Build, 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 a move. And it never stops until ultimately the game is over and then the guy's base is just dead. And now there's no way he wins with restarting all of his gateways in his base and I'm maxed out because I already have 20 fucking gateways. So that's it's rough. And I also have 2 robos versus 0 robos and currently only 1 gateway. Nice. And there you have it, boys. Macro, dude. Silver 3. So again, just to give you guys an idea now, just a quick idea of what we're going to be doing inside Bronze League, or sorry, inside Silver League now that we're out of Bronze. Silver League is going to now incorporate very, very, very basic, very basic scouting. A little bit of scouting, which is going to incorporate something, how we're going to react early game and what this is going to do. It's going to help us learn how to identify aggression and how to help defend aggression. So we're going to start using things like shield batteries. And then we're going to go back to doing exactly what we were doing before. A little bit of scouting into what we've been doing before. That's all we're doing. Also, we're going to add in one more unit to our... Oh, sorry, I didn't say all of it. We're going to do one more thing as well. We're going to start adding in one more unit to our composition. One more unit into our composition. And what we're going to do... also, okay, I didn't say all of it. There's... sorry, there's a couple things. Tiny bit of scouting. Another unit in our composition. And we're going to now also start talking more about upgrades. About what's going on. So we're going to add in Archons. We're going to do a tiny bit of scouting. And we're going to add in a second Forge. That's it. That's all we're doing. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. It's going to balance our build even more. And now that we ideally have a little bit of a footing under ourselves to handle the build we've already been doing, hopefully now we can handle more of it to what we're going to do.
What league do we have to get to before you reveal to the viewers that listening to Halcyon Playos is the way to get into GM?
Halcyon Class is pretty fun to listen to when you play games. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thank you, Vlad, for the dono. I'll see you guys in Silver 3. Much love. Take it easy. And good luck.